let's go to Daniel. This is the book, other than the book of Daniel itself, we're using. If you want to go deeper, get the book by John Lennox, Against the Flow, The Inspiration of Daniel in an Age of Relativism. And let's just review where we've been. The overview of Daniel is in two parts. Chapters 1 to 6 is Daniel's ministry in Babylon, and chapters 7 to 12, Daniel's vision of the future. And as we pointed out, as the general just pointed out to us, here is Babylon, 53 miles to the southeast of Baghdad, present-day Baghdad. And as you can see, Jerusalem is way over here. So the exiles who were exiled into Babylon went like this to get there, because you don't cut across the desert, okay? You're going to go up and then down to Babylon. So Babylon is probably what? 080 from Jerusalem. This was several hundred miles away from their homeland. That's where they were. And it was one of the great ancient cities, maybe the greatest city of Mesopotamia, Babylon. The theme of Daniel's what?
God is sovereign.
Yes, God is sovereign, so stand. And we've seen in the previous two chapters, we covered chapter 1 back about a month ago, and basically Daniel wanted to remain unstained by the world. In chapter 1, he doesn't want to do what the king wants him to do with regard to his diet, and so he remains unstained by the world. In chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar has a dream, and Daniel's the one that not only interprets the dream, he tells the king what the dream was. When all of his astrologers and magicians wanted to say to the king, oh, you just tell us what the dream is and we'll interpret it for you. And Nebuchadnezzar said, you're going to tell me what the dream is, then you're going to interpret it for me. And Daniel, of course, was the only one who could do that because God gave him the wisdom to do so. And this is basically what most theologians think the dream was telling Nebuchadnezzar and everybody else who reads the Old Testament there, reads Daniel, that the head of gold was Babylon, and then Medo-Persia was the arms of silver, then Greece was the bronze belly and thighs, and then Rome were the legs and the feet of iron, and then the everlasting kingdoms, God's kingdom, was the stone that crushes the whole thing. And so we went through that last time. What we're going to do today is chapter 3, Idolatry and the Fiery Furnace. This might be, if not the most famous story from the Old Testament, one of the top 5. Everybody seems to know this, right? The fiery furnace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, I love the way Daniel, or the way John Lennox titles his chapter here. This chapter is titled, When the State Becomes God. Now, does that have application today?